Would you say that trust might be the most important aspect of developing intuition?
Completely. It is about listening outside of the rational mind and trusting. You're 100% right, is to trust that this message I'm getting is here to guide and help me.
I'm wondering when that it's not needed anymore, when it's so part of you now that you don't need to practice or trying to distinguish which voice is which voice. Are you at that point?
Ask me on which day and which hour, right?
Yeah.
Like really, it is really because we're human, right? I don't think we're ever there 100%. We go in and out. I think that's the journey. And I think each of us go in and out of it, right? We're like, okay, yeah, this is the knowing. And then, I'm not sure about that one. That's why tapping into our intuition is such an essential thing that we want to do, because it is our superpower. It's the truth of who we are.
Would you say that when we access intuition, it always has to do with love?
Yeah. And sometimes, the intuition can be very much like, for example, don't marry this person. And you may take that as fear. Your rational mind may say, like, why not? But ultimately, it's love. Ultimately, it's divine guidance. Ultimately, it's to take you to the higher journey of who and what you're supposed to be. But initially, you might be a bit, taken aback by it. But ultimately, yes, it's all about love. It's all about that path.
What are some of the greatest misconceptions about intuition?
Oh, there's a lot. So one of the greatest misconceptions of intuition is that I don't have it, or I can't trust it, or it's always served me wrong. Intuition is our superpower. And, when we're younger, our mind is really loud. I have an almost 16-year-old son, and, his intuition is super loud, but so is his mind. So he says to me sometimes, how can I really trust this gut feeling? How does this feel different than this voice? And it's really deciphering the two. So one of the biggest things that a lot of people think is, A, I'm not intuitive. B, when I get it, I can't trust it. And C, how is it supposed to help me? Right? So we have to work through these things so that we can really listen to that little voice. We all have it. We're all born with it. It's our natural superpower. But at first, we have to learn to dance with the mind and dance with what it's trying to say to us.
How is knowledge different from knowing, Divi?
One of the ways intuition comes into us, we talk about what's called 4 primary clairs, or clairs are our way of receiving messages. So just for example, clairsentience is almost everybody on the planet has clairsentience, which is the feeling. Everybody's got it. I shouldn't say almost. Everyone's got it. That feeling, the butterflies, the goosebumps, those are clairsentience. The clair you're referring to is claircognizant, which is a thought insertion. So the classic example I always use when I'm teaching this is, because it's happened to me hundreds of times, I'm out for a run or at the gym, and out of nowhere comes a thought, pay your hydro bill. That's claircognizance. That's a knowing. That's like knowledge. Now, the problem in our humanness is that we have the knowing of, like, I did an internet Google research, and this is what I discovered. Well, is that's more logic and mind. But knowing, claircognizance, feels like it comes out of nowhere, and it's a knowing. It's an inner knowing. But as humans, we make up knowledge to me and the mass amount of information and that's not knowing to me. Knowing is the inner divine truth that you just know. I know that I love this person. I know that this kid is amazing. That's inner knowing. That's the divine truth.